stuck in the sun, with my head stuck in the sun. The self-haters, the time wasters, the procrastinators. Well, I'm stuck on these demons, and all I'm feeling is empty. I forget all on the stove. Well, I'm stuck in a circle, around and round I go. Procrastinators, the self-haters, the time wasters, procrastinators.
They were the most beautiful love story never written. Shakespeare's star-crossed lovers would have been jealous at the type of love they possessed, until the two couples' fates crossed. She promised that she would love him in sickness and in health, through the good times and the bad. Through any storm, her devotion she would always give. And he promised her that he would honor and cherish his queen, never letting any hurt or harm come between them for as long as they both shall live. Standing under God's roof, witnessed by family and friends, they promised each other forever, joined by vows, bound by secrets, until the very end. He was her first and only true love. That night he experienced the purest touch he had ever felt. With each intense moan, she opened up to him, and he could tell that she favorably approved the consecration of their unity. He wanted nothing more than to tend to her every desire. Communion was shared on satin sheets as he ate of her flesh and drank from her cup of life. His life. Words never sounded so sweet. Her name got lost in translation, somewhere between calling for a holy and a bitter appearance and a passionate cry in undiscovered languages for more. Their passion would soon redefine gravity. As time passed, his love grew. There was no denying his love for her. He loved her. He loved her to death. He loved her until death do them part. Words he would take to heart. Words that would take on a literal meaning that would shred their worlds apart. With each show of love, he healed her softly, engaging in the worst rape in history. Hidden between sheets were secrets that neither possessed keys to. Ignorant to deceit that was disguised as love would soon recreate life. She felt so alive. With new life growing inside of her, she swelled with a newfound reason to live. Happiness surrounded her home as preparation was made. That was until the day truth gave sight to the blind. They say ignorance is bliss. Well, you try telling this to a mother who has just found out she is infected with AIDS, and to a husband who has just sentenced the love of his life to a life sentence of tribulation plagued with a disease that bore no cure but death. She looked deep inside his eyes, but she could not see him. She realized that she did not know the man that now stood before her. Thinking as the story begins to unfold about her promise to love him through sickness and in health. She searches deep within herself to find the courage needed to tell him she still loved him, but all she could do was think about the life of their unborn child. All the while, shadows casted over his head as he picked them out one by one, remembering women that came before her, deciphering his past life and events which led up to this. Protecting himself was never at the front of his list. Invincibility replaced latex, which inevitably replaced common sense. How could this have happened to me? He is still finding it so very hard to believe. And this is where the star-crossed lovers' fates are revealed. There is no love great enough to heal or make happy this tragedy. The manifestation of their destiny was sealed by the unrevealed knowledge that was silently tucked away deeply beneath the fortress of love. When their families found them, all that was left of them was a blood-stained, self-addressed love letter, pierced through the hearts of the dying couple that simply read, "Dear love, to not know is a deadly reason to not know. Protect yourself." Yeah.